Hello and welcome back to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Virgos. This is for my dear Virgos in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. This is a general reading, it's not a private one, so anything I say that doesn't resonate for you, please leave it with somebody else. This is also a timeless reading, it's for whenever you come across it. Bearing in mind we're all moving at different speeds on our own timeline, so some of this could be future influence for you, you might just want to bear it in mind. Anything I'm saying in the reading, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, go ahead and reverse them. If you're new to the channel, huge welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome. Thank you for being here again. I'm very grateful for all your support. Okay, today I'm going to be looking at what is coming towards you next, Virgo, primarily in love. If any messages regarding anything else come through, I will pass them on. Okay, for my gorgeous Virgos, please. What messages do we have for my Virgos? What is coming towards them next? Eight of Swords in reverse, first card out. I would have to say that's one of my favourite cards to be in reverse. So that can talk about getting over some overthinking, getting out of our own way, getting free of, you know, that sense of, oh, I can't. Finding solutions, finding opportunities, finding new directions that you thought were closed off to you. Can talk about that. Tell me more. We have the Ace of Cups. It kind of stayed tucked inside the deck, but I'm going to take it out. So the Ace of Cups can talk about the start of something new, especially in love, or something that you're very passionate about, something that you're very enthusiastic about, and it means a lot to you. Obviously it can be an opportunity for a new start in love, certainly. So from those two cards alone, Virgo, it's giving me either you or someone else something that felt like this couldn't happen, or it's not going to work, or it's not possible to begin something, is suddenly going to be seeming possible. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles just came out and crossed the Ace of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, which is Earth energy. It can be you, Virgo. It's Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. Give me a couple more for Virgo, please. We have the Empress. Damn. Virgo. Okay, but when the Empress is stunning energy, it's the divine feminine. It can be Taurus or Libra associated with it. It's also like Venus. It's the energy of love, abundance, nurturing, kindness, empathy. When that came out, interestingly, the deck split and I can see the King and Queen of Swords, which is, okay. I was going to say it's air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Underneath the Queen of Swords is the Justice card I just saw, which is Libra's major arcana. But before I saw that, I was going to say this could be talking about someone who's finalised a divorce, or because the King, Queen of Swords can talk about exes, then generally not a couple who are on good terms at this point, like the love has gone from the connection, or is very cold, icy. Certainly in this deck as well, both have their swords pointing down, which symbolises the communication is not actually being vocalized, it's not happening between the two. They may not be speaking, basically. And it can talk about divorcees. And with the Justice card, this obviously time doubles down on that. It can show a sign of like the legal system being involved, lawyers, paperwork, like making something finalized in the eyes of the law or the government, if you like. So whether with that Knight of Pentacles, someone that was waiting, or there hasn't been much movement, there's been a desire, but that horse has been standing still and not really coming through and delivering that new beginning. And it may be because someone was entangled with finalizing something with an ex. It doesn't have to be an actual divorce. It could be, you know, when we say divorcing from something, it can also just be like removing that situation from your life, cutting ties, whether, you know, you don't have to be married. It could be like cutting ties that are linked via property, or even just finalizing up emotional baggage with that person. Why the Empress, please, for Virgo? Knight of Wands in reverse came out. At the bottom of the deck, at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups, which that paired with the Knight of Wands in reverse is not great. That speaks to someone who is being quite fickle and fly by night and not really and rebelling against any social expectations. Also, someone who could be insincere with their passion, in that they could be showing that same passion and interest to multiple parties with this combination. Underneath it is the Ace of Swords. Underneath that is the Ace of Pentacles, another ace, and then underneath it is the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So this kind of gives me that we've got the Knight of Pentacles, kind of that expectation or the hope that something would come through and materialize with that Ace of Pentacles, but then it's like that realization that someone was deliberating between two parties, or they weren't 100% certain on solidifying something, because they were still, oh, well, there's this, well, there's that. And that led to that realization led to a massive turn-off of of realizing the reason that someone is waiting is because someone was still deliberating between them and somebody else, kind of thing. So why the Empress? So this, I don't know whether this is some... I don't know whether this is a case, Virgo, I was going to say, of someone is kind of finally making up their mind that they don't want to go back to their past, and they are 100% now available and hoping to start something for real with you, but I don't know if you're going to want it by this point, if you've realised that you were being put into some sort of, like, someone making like a pros and cons list between you and their ex or somebody else. I don't know if that's sitting with you, because the Empress also doesn't suffer that kind of, I don't know, if you've got an Empress in front of you and you're still going, well, I could still think about that three, like the Empress doesn't compare to anyone pictured in the Three of Cups, if you know what I mean. So if they didn't recognize that, I don't know if you're still going to be interested, whether they're free to pursue now or not, or they've got out of their own way or not. Let's see, why is the Eight of Swords in reverse? Give me another one on that, please. The Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of shuffling and there's completely different cards at the bottom of the deck now. But yeah, someone was like, I don't know if I should make this official potentially, or I should, or if this is serious. I don't know if I should solidify something. Maybe they were overthinking things, but now they've got out of that, and now they're like, yes, I do want this. We'll see how you feel in a minute, Virgo. When that came out, the Ace of Pentacles, the deck split to show the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords. It could have been an element of someone overthinking this was because they feared the fallout that might happen from someone else finding out that they'd moved on. Okay, anything else before we move on? What's coming towards Virgo next, please? We have the King of Cups, it's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And we have the Three of Wands that came out on top of the Ace of Pentacles. There's this sense of... something is very heavy for someone here, about... It's like someone is being made... is feeling extremely indecisive, or they have been extremely indecisive. They've been neglecting a situation here, or they feel like they haven't felt like they had anything to give, because of they felt like they were under some sort of burden. They didn't feel like they could offer any stability by what they had going on in their life, so that led to a strong sense of indecision. Why the King of Cups, please? I mean, someone is now picturing a future with you, potentially Virgo, unless the roles are reversed. Wow, jeez Louise. I asked about why the King of Cups and the Devil came out, which is Capricorn's major arcana, but it's just talking about that. In here, there's two people who, it always gives me that they've just spent like a passionate night together, if you like. I don't know if you can make it out. There's like a man and a woman, both nude, like post passion. But the man has his head in his hands, like there's this overwhelming sense of guilt or like regret post passion, because there's this devil sitting on their back. But it's one party has felt the word subdued, or like this woman here on this card is almost, she's completely oblivious to the how bogged down the other person is feeling. Like that the woman here, whether it's a man in real life, is just thinking, oh, that was great. That was wonderful passion. They're not realizing this sense of oppression that the other person is feeling. So that even if that was wonderful, that was great, but then there's this sense of like, I'm going to end up paying for this one way or another, or I can't, like, this is everything, this is great, but I also can't have this. It's like they're just torturing themselves with experiencing something that is not really possible for them. Goodness. I mean, the King of Cups can be quite emotionally sensitive as well, so this kind of thing will really bother someone like this. It's not someone who will just act because it felt good in the moment and then they're free of any kind of emotional impact that the situation has. They really kind of take it to heart or really feel very impacted by what's happening. But at the bottom of the deck, when the Devil came out, is the Queen of Cups. So underneath that is the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's this immense oppression from a partner, because they're all going to be in the upright in this deck before they come out. But we've got the King and Queen of Cups here. This is like someone very much enjoying, potentially, for example, passion with you, Virgo. But they also feel this like oppressive guilt because of, what if this Queen of Cups found out that this is what they're up to, this is what they're doing? Whether, again, Queen of Cups could be male in real life. Let's get some more. So tell me, I mean, that could be what is changing here, because I definitely see this kind of, someone was indecisive and in two minds and overthinking it. I mean, it's almost like they may have been overthinking living their life because of the guilt that they felt about someone that they were no longer with. But they may have almost come to terms with the fact that that previous situation is already over, and they can get out of their own way and start something new properly. Tell me more for Virgo, please. What is coming towards them next? Jeez Louise. We have engagement ring, higher commitment, eternity, partnership and union. That came out on top of the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, it doesn't have to be that this person's going to propose, Virgo, but it does suggest that this is someone who may want to take things, as I said, like make something official. It's a gesture or a conversation which solidifies potentially a relationship, or making, you're being exclusive with each other, that kind of thing. I don't know if they were hiding, potentially. I'm also kind of getting, previously they may have been hiding their own pain at the end of a previous relationship. So, you know, whether they were saying, oh, I can't because of what if the other person found out, and they would feel so betrayed that I'm moving on. It may also be that they weren't actually, you know, if they might be telling themselves that's the reason that they're being very, they're martyring themselves for the sake of someone else's feelings, but it could be because they weren't actually completely over that previous person as well. Tell me more for Virgo, please. What is coming towards them? Why? Thank you. Oh! Soulmates came out in reverse on top of the Empress card. This says partnership, life partner, soul connection, but it's in reverse. And then when I asked why, the Runner card came out. Fear of intimacy, running away. Now, I kind of did mention already, Virgo, that whether this person is now ready to actually solidify something with you, you may have already decided that, or kind of, this almost feels like now you might be getting what you had wanted, but you are saying that you don't want it anymore. Now, you could be saying, now, if this doesn't resonate, don't worry about it, to yourself or to others, the reason you don't want it anymore is because you realize that they were being indecisive about you and someone else. And if they're not, like, they don't have you in front of them and they know 100% right there and then they're not the one for you. That's what you could be saying. But there might also be an element that actually you could want this when it wasn't actually being solidified and official, and this person wasn't taking it to that next stage. But when they're actually able to, you're now not interested. And that could be a little bit of unconsciously like pushing this away, and even you could become the runner in this dynamic because of a fear of actually this person now wants to get serious with you and you don't want to get hurt by this person. If they were indecisive before, maybe they'll be indecisive in the future, and maybe I'll get my heart broken here. It's for someone out there. If it's not for you, don't worry about it. Let's get some more. How is Virgo feeling about this person who's getting out of their head? How is Virgo feeling or going to be feeling about the person who's getting out of their head here? How is Virgo feeling or going to be feeling? Four of Cups in reverse. Queen of Swords, Two of Pentacles. It's almost with that Four of Cups in reverse, you're going to be feeling like they're not overlooking you, you're not being ignored, but you're also, this is no longer like something that you're longing for, and it's not a missed it's not a missed opportunity, it's an opportunity that I don't want anymore, is kind of what it's giving me, because this Queen of Swords is very like, that she had an idea about this person, this connection, symbolized by that her sword, which she has snapped in half. This is my like F you, Queen of Swords, like looking back in anger, resentment, and like who do you think you're taking for a fool? Because it's not me. It's basically this Queen of Swords. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Underneath that, this is someone in indecision. This is, I said, writing a pros and cons list. The Two of Pentacles is like someone going back and forth and being like, well, what about the qualities of this? What about the qualities of that? I don't know what to do. Maybe there's someone who can give me advice here. It's almost like, Virgo, you're saying, I will make the choice for you. You don't get me. Tell me more about anything else about how Virgo is feeling, please. Nine of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. Just tried to throw herself off the table. Well, that is a concern about being on the struggle bus, stability-wise. financially, like security, stability. Why is Virgo worried about that? Seven of Cups in reverse now came out with the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I mean, listen, the Seven of Cups came out on top of the Eight of Swords, and next to it already on my table is the Ace of Pentacles. It's the same card. So basically, Virgo, what you're telling me is that you're worried because, okay, this person has made their choice now, but what if, but there's that element of you don't feel secure, that decision is going to stick. Is that what the Death card and the Ace of Pentacles is back at the bottom of the deck after that shuffling? So yeah, there's Virgo, you're giving me, you'd rather slack this off, to be honest, because you're worried that about what happens when things change, when you go from the indecision to the, okay, I'm serious, I've made my choice, and I want to make this official with you, Virgo. You're giving me that you're stressed that... Why the Five of Pentacles? Like, what happens when you actually go through that gateway and you actually make something serious? It's almost like when they couldn't make up their mind, you were a little bit more comfortable with that. For whoever this is resonating for. Why the Five of Pentacles? Justice in reverse. So you may feel like you're going to end up having to like make up some sort of, oh God, what is the word? Like if there's, there's a word. Like if there's some sort of deficiency, or they can only put in 30, you're going to have to put in 70. And I don't mean like, it's hard to explain. There is a word in like banking or finance or something, I can't think of it. But it's like you're going to have to make up the excess, or, you know, there's something, you'll have to put in more because they can't meet you and match you completely. I hope that makes sense to someone. Why is that? The Devil in reverse came out. The Eight of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Why the Devil in reverse? They might be in some sort of financial struggle for actually fully cutting off their previous situation, because this person, as I was saying, felt oppressed by that devil. But it's almost like you feel like the two of you are going to be struggling, and you're going to have to make up the balance by them actually getting away from the devil, because it would be like the previous situation that they couldn't decide whether to cut off or not financially benefited this person for some reason. So you feel like you're going to have to pick up the bill in some way. Let's get a couple of these for you, Virgo. What does this person want to say to Virgo, please? Oh, Space came out sideways. I need more time to think. At the bottom of the deck is commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. Bearing in mind we've had the engagement card from the only other oracle I've got out so far. Tell me more. Confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Why is Space here? Gossip. I'm afraid of what other people will think. New chapter. Yeah, I mean, this is what I said already. There's this feeling of oppression of, I don't know, curtain twitchers or local busybodies. Also speaking about this person starting something new. Why confusion? Responsibilities came out in reverse, which kind of shows this family, and it says I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. I don't know if this person would have to pay some sort of alimony or child support or something. Maybe that's why you feel like they're going to come to you in this kind of like weakened stability-wise state, and you're going to have to make up. Just keep hoping that word's going to come to me and it's not. All right, how is this person feeling about Virgo, please? It's coming through. Okay. Oh my God, the Emperor. And it came out on top of the engagement ring. This person is coming through as very serious about you, Virgo. Bearing in mind, you're here as the Empress. Maybe they do see some sort of future with you in terms of marriage. I mean, I see that you're... it's almost you're fearing getting what you want here, basically, is the... is so far the strongest message, Virgo. It looks like you are kind of getting what you want. Or wanted with this person, in a way. I mean, that Queen of Swords could also be talking about their ex-partner that we saw at the start. You know, they're getting out of their head because King and Queen of Swords justice. It's like that's being finalised. But it's like if that's the case, if that is the ex being represented there, then you're worried that that ex is basically you're gonna be on the struggle bus with your stability because of getting into a relationship with this person. Now, again, I do see this like fear of getting hurt from you. Maybe because this person showed this indecisive streak before. So again, I would the message here might also be to check in. Is that really the reason why you would be worried about taking this leap with them? Or is that another kind of way to protect yourself? Why the Emperor for how this person is feeling about Virgo? Eight of Swords in reverse again. It's the same card. Listen, this person, Eight of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm asking again, how are they feeling about you? Emperor, Eight of Swords in reverse. Damn, I mean, tell me. Wow, hold on. At the bottom of the deck, when the Eight of Swords in reverse came out again, we've got the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and then the Ace of Pentacles for a third time, and then the Queen of Pentacles, which again can be you, Virgo. Wow, this person is serious. And this person, I would say, I don't often say this because it can be misleading or clickbait or whatever, but genuinely, this is a strong message of this person coming towards you, Virgo, to make you a solid offer of like, will you be my official partner? For some of you, it could be engagement, but that depending on your dynamic, how long this has been going on, depending on this person, I guess. Maybe not for all of you, but seriously, they want to, like, we're doing this. It's getting out of the fogginess, it's getting out of the grey area, and it's getting out of the reasons why this can't happen, any mental limitations that they were putting on this. Anything else you can tell me? Can you give me something about this person's long-term intentions towards Virgo, please? Long-term intentions of this person towards Virgo. We've got the Hermit, which is your major arcana, Virgo. Oh, I'm so sorry if you can hear my stomach rumbling. Clearly I need some food. Yeah, hold on. We have the Moon that came out on top of the Hermit. This is talking about soul searching and digging deep and finding answers and introspection. The Moon also talks about things coming up from the depths, from things that are hidden even to ourselves, that we're hiding from ourselves. So this is a lot of inner work. Yes, it could also be like therapy for some, doesn't have to be, but it's getting to the root of things inside ourselves as to why we are the way we are, what influences our choices that we don't know are kind of hidden influences. But that's, why is that an intention towards Virgo? Tell me about, how is that an intention? Thank you. The Three of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. The other card that came out was the Eight of Pentacles on top of the Three of Wands. So this is definitely someone like making plans, getting their ducks in a row for the future. Again, Three of Pentacles is maybe they want to, their intention is to actually work on themselves and work on, you know, some things that they've buried from their past, which have influenced their actions in the present as an adult, and to uncover those things so that they can actually be, with the Four of Wands, again, there's a card talking, there's literally a marriage, like a wedding pitched on this card, but this is just a union, you know, a long-term significant relationship. It's basically, they're saying their intention is to work out what they're hiding from themselves to make them more successful for the future, and to, like, it's almost like, why they're questioning, why do I allow myself to slip into indecision, to question myself, question my choices, and they want to do all of that work on themselves so that they can be a better partner for maybe their next marriage, I guess with you, Virgo, or, you know, this new long-term relationship that they keep saying that they are bringing, they're coming with you with the offer. So that's coming through as their long-term intention. Let's get a couple of these for you, Virgo. Any messages for my Virgos, please, from this deck? Hang on. This person could have strong Pisces or Cancer in particular in their chart. Don't have to. Okay. Flocks. Anonymity and harmony. Unanimity and harmony. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And then at the bottom of the deck is false indigo, the flower, which stands for immersion and intuition. When you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. Anything else? Hydrangea. Thankfulness for understanding. Before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. Okay, I mean, okay, so as a message, it's like there's a lot of, as I said, depth of understanding that maybe needs to happen on both sides here for there to be harmony with this opportunity. So that, because this person's intentions being, as I was just saying, the Hermit and the Moon, that's a lot of like, someone who thought that they knew all there was to know, if you like, to inform their decisions or inform how their behavior was. It's like someone realizing that there's a lot more than meets the eye out, as in there's the stuff that you know, there's the stuff that you know that you don't know, and there's all the shit that you don't know that you don't know. That's what I'm getting from that. All right. What messages have you got for Virgo here in terms of what's coming towards them next? We've got the Magician. The deck split when that came out to show the Lovers and the King of Wands. That's Gemini's, with underneath the Lovers is the Ace of Cups. Gemini's major arcana is the Lovers, and King of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sag, fire energy, but that's manifestation of someone taking action and beginning a relationship with you if you want it, Virgo. So tell me more for Virgo. The Death card. So you see the Death card is Scorpio. It's also, this is manifesting change, transformation. It's also what you're worried about. It's like, listen, whoever this is for, this is a strong message of you are getting what you had been manifesting, but now it's here. I feel like you're going to be worried about it, because it's like, it's all well and good to want it when it's not seeming to be actually happening. But then this is like this, almost this fear of peering back the curtain and what you're going to find when you actually get what you wanted. Tell me more from Virgo, please. Ace of Pentacles for a fourth time. 4 different decks. Six of Wands, wow. Yeah. Sorry, man. Oh, 7 of Cups came out though, with the 9 of Wands and the Knight of Swords. This is, and then the Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. This is, you're getting what you wanted, Virgo. This offer is being presented to you. It might come in a little bit unexpectedly with the Knight of Swords. This is seems to be quite like straightforward and direct as well. You're going to put up a wall, basically it's saying, because you don't know whether you can believe this or not. You don't know whether you're being offered a mirage here, and you're almost reacting to it with very with a coldness. Five of Wands came out with the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's a little bit of caution here, Virgo, because this like icy, suspicious reaction could lead to this turning into an argument, or at least a very tense conversation. Underneath the 8 of Wands is the Ace of Swords, 5 of Cups, and the Lovers. There is this like heated exchange that's possible, but then underneath that is a realization of regret because of the feelings that are mutual here with the Lovers card. Any messages for Virgo from this deck for me, please? Bitterness came out immediately. Resentment, anger, hurtful words. Family in reverse. Some of you could have an argument about someone's extended family, someone's family that they have with this ex. And anger about family plans between the two of you. Not anger, an argument about that. apology in reverse. Oh, abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. Okay, I also see that potentially, Virgo, this could turn into an argument, because although this person's coming back in like, okay, I've got out of my head, I do want to have this with you, will you be my girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, whatever. They're leaving out the part where they apologize for kind of neglecting you, and you could focus on that. Like, okay, this is all great, but where's the apology? Why bitterness? They're conflicted. Decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. I see you, as I've said from the start with the tarot, Virgo, holding on to an anger that this person didn't choose you earlier. Tell me more. Any messages for Virgo about this bitterness? So lusting and hoping came out. Lusting says forbidden, non-committal, esual energy, if you know what I mean. And hoping says expecting, faith, manifesting. This is conflicted as well though, because it's like someone that was off limits and you wanted them potentially, or this is flipped, like this, you know, there was this strong pull and longing and craving for someone that was, I mean, again, I kind of said, and obviously if this doesn't resonate, please don't worry about it, but there was a lot of desire for this person when they weren't actually available, as in it was more attractive when it wasn't possible. Now that it is possible, I mean, it's coming through as the Virgo here is like, well, now I don't want it, now that it's possible. And the reason that they are saying that is because you should have chosen me earlier. I don't accept, like, where is the apology for, ignoring me all of this time when you weren't available? But it's giving me a little bit of a message that is, that could be to avoid, like, to run from the intimacy that is now possible. Okay, any final messages of advice for Virgo here? I mean, you do whatever you want with it, obviously. Tarot is not just to, I always want to mention this, tarot is not just here to blow smoke up our AWS or to, coddle us. So absolutely not. Absolutely not. My Virgo deck smacks me in the face multiple times, energetically, I mean, as in, like, get out of my own ego sometimes. So I just say that because I see a lot of tarot readings on here, and it's just to kind of bolster the viewer and be like, yeah, screw them, you did nothing wrong. So I'm not saying you've done anything wrong, Virgo, if this is resonating. It's more just sometimes we don't see what we're actually doing, and especially, if the other person was running from a fear of intimacy and not being honest with themselves, I would dish it out to them as well. But it's just a little bit of advice of to get to the bottom of understanding of why you might be reacting the way you might be reacting. I hope that makes sense. Right, any messages of advice tonight, lovely Virgos? Anything for Virgo, please? Thank you. Oh, we got two. Perfect. We've got Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. We've got Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive. Again, that's that kind of Hermit Moon energy, and also the flower cards that came out talking about kind of all realizing, there is a limit to the stuff you think everything kind of thing. And when you get past that, then you start to learn about the things that aren't so tangibly in your face obvious. At the bottom of the deck is the Coyote spirit, which is trust in divine detours. So that's what I've got for you this time, my lovely Virgos. Thank you so much for being here. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me. It really means the world. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it did resonate at all, or if you just want to leave me a message and say thank you, then that'd be wonderful. And I wish you all my best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.